Right now, the radar is sweeping around pretty quiet for southwest Florida, but if you move over to the east coast, a large area of thunderstorms dying out here from overnight, kicking a few showers over towards Bimini. And for us, we're watching a couple of showers move south of US 27 between Belglade and Clewiston. But for the majority of us, we'll be dry on that morning commute. You can see a few showers out over the Gulf of Mexico. And one thing you'll notice is that movement to the south. That's the wind changing here, wrapping around Category 4 Hurricane Fiona, which is sitting northeast of the Bahamas. More on that in just a moment. To get you out the door right now, 78 degrees in the Cape, 74 Moorhaven and Clewiston. Naples waking up there in the mid to upper 70s as well. We're all going up to the low 90s here today. 90 is our average, so we're going to feel more like summer here on the last day of summer. Your sunset time coming up at 7:23. All right, here's Fiona. About 600 miles away from southwest Florida, as a crow flies, is the eye of Hurricane Fiona. Moving off to the northeast, pulling away from the Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas, and Puerto Rico. Next up is Bermuda. But what it's doing for us, the overall flow is pulling drier air in, and that's going to bump our rain chances way down. After seeing a 60 to 70% chance of rain here for the last couple of days, this afternoon we're only looking at a 20 to 30% chance, and that's in the southern half of our viewing area. We're looking at southern Hendry County into Collier, and then Friday mostly dry until perhaps late, where a couple of isolated showers and storms could survive the trip down the state. To give you a look at this afternoon, there's 4 o'clock, not a whole lot going on. By 7, right there from Immokalee southbound towards Marco, we could see a little wet weather. A lot going on in the tropics. We have a couple of areas off the coast of Africa. I'm not going to talk too much about those. Let's give you the updated advisories here on Fiona. 130-mile-per-hour winds sustained there with gusts up to 160 and the pressure down to 934 millibars. It'll make its closest approach here early Friday morning on the island of Bermuda, and then quickly going to race off here into the Canadian Maritime. And you can see becoming a remnant low there early on Tuesday morning. Gaston, this is an easy one. Those winds 65 miles per hour, and it's going to move towards the Azores, dip to the south and do a little loop before becoming a remnant low there on Tuesday morning as well. All of our attention over the next week or so is going to be in this tropical wave here in the Caribbean. Right now, the National Hurricane Center has a 90% chance of this developing in the days ahead. And I'm going to show you 2 of the more reliable computer models, the GFS and European. And just watch right here south of Puerto Rico. We finally get a system developing, and right now all indications are we could have a rapidly intensifying system here somewhere from the Isle of Youth, Yucatan Channel back towards Cancun. This is Tuesday morning. From this point on, it is simply way too early to know exactly where the system's going to go or if there'll be impacts here for the U.S. We'll have to stay tuned here in the next couple of days. We'll let a circulation get developed, get a few computer model runs, know we're on top of it. In the meantime, looking ahead at your forecast, 95 Friday on the first full day of fall. Wish we could get a little cooler, huh? Temperatures will stay there in the low 90s through Monday.